ever thought about what would happen if you were totally paralyzed, unable to breathe on your own, unable to communicate at all? If you don't want to live for years in a vegetative state, being kept alive by artificial respirations, artificial nutrition and hydration, then who would know if you never told anyone? I'm a licensed social worker who's assisted others in completing advanced directives. The purpose of this speech is to persuade you, my audience, to complete an advanced directive for health care. It would be to your advantage to complete one because it would inform healthcare professionals and other relevant people about what you want and what you don't want as far as your care is concerned. It would allow you to appoint a surrogate to act on your behalf if you're unable to speak for yourself, and it would help others in carrying out your wishes by making them known in writing. Completing an advanced healthcare directive will inform healthcare professionals and other relevant people, like your family, of what you want and what you don't want to be done to you as far as your care is concerned. As mentioned earlier, if you don't want to be kept alive by mechanical means, then your family will have to make tough decisions of whether to ventilate you or not ventilate you, and doing so in advance will keep them from having to do that. And their decisions will be made mainly on their emotions, not what you want. The National Institute for Health Medline Plus website explains that the Advanced Directive Living Will explains exactly what treatments you want and don't want if you're unable to speak for yourself. Now, I know a man who had ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease, and now this disease keeps your mind intact while it paralyzes every muscle in your body. Now, his daughter wanted him to have a feeding tube placed when he was unable to swallow food and he was unable to speak for himself. Now, his son was his caregiver, and his son didn't want that to be done. I, as a social worker, had spoken to him about what he wanted and what he didn't want, and I helped him complete an advanced directive. Now, he didn't want a feeding tube placed himself. Now, after his daughter saw the advanced directive, she gradually accepted it and helped to honor his wishes. Which brings me to my second point. Completing an advanced directive for healthcare allows you to appoint a surrogate to act on your behalf if you're unable to speak for yourself. Now, you might think advanced directives for healthcare would benefit only older people because they're the ones who are usually faced with end-of-life issues. But according to the Mayo Clinic Consumer Health website, and I totally agree, that life-changing events can happen at any age. Now, imagine if you had family members who couldn't agree on anything, and having to be faced with making a decision for you if you're in a coma or you're on life support, then add emotions to the mix, and you have a very difficult situation. Having appointed a trusted surrogate in advance will eliminate some division among family members, and it will allow that person that you've appointed to carry out your wishes because they'll know exactly what you want to do. And brings me to my third point. Completing an advanced directive will assist that person that you've appointed to carry out your wishes by making them known in writing. Now, communicating to your family members in advance what you want and what you don't want is really an ultimate act of love. It'll help alleviate any burdens that you put on them. But I totally agree with communication experts and the authors of the book Final Conversations that most Americans generally avoid talking about death and dying. And this is mainly due to fear, and fear of the unknown. Now, as noted by the LMHPCO, you can change your healthcare directive at any time you choose as long as you're able to communicate those changes. And you can easily download a form to complete from the Caring Connections website, caringinfo.org. Now, once completed, this form will become a legal document and it will be honored by all healthcare professionals. So don't risk having to go through a medical procedure, undergo something that you wouldn't have chosen for yourself. So in conclusion, I want to remind you that the purpose of this speech was to persuade you to complete an advanced directive for health care. Now, as a licensed social worker, I have assisted others in completing advanced directives. And I want to remind you also that it's to your advantage to complete one because it will inform healthcare professionals and your family, other relevant people, of what you want and what you don't want related to your care. And it allows you to appoint a person to act on your behalf, and it will make your wishes known in writing. I want to ask you again, if you don't want to be kept alive by mechanical means, then who would know if you never told anyone? Letting others know in advance and in writing what you want and what you don't want, in case you're unable to communicate that yourself when the time comes to make that decision, then it could alleviate any burden put on your family. So today I hope that each of you will complete an advance directive for health care. If you need any assistance, let me know. Thank you.